What are we talking about today?
We're talking about woke culture.
Woke
because
culture.
I have no idea what being woke is.
You don't know what it is to be woke?
Yeah. So we went out on the streets and we got some people to teach me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, we actually have prep work. This is the first episode. We actually have prep work and some kind of vox pops.
Okay,
Seriously?
let's see. Yeah.
Okay.
So, handsome man here.
I think being woke is actually a term that was created by black culture. I want to say when they were fighting for their liberation, and that was when they wanted more black people to be awake of the atrocities that were done to them. It's like understanding and equality of, in the current state at least, towards the LGBT community.
Okay, so it's really about basic human rights, and I think so if you're woke means you realize that, for example, that making people slaves based on skin color is not right. But previously they didn't think that. The blacks themselves were made to feel inferior, and they really did feel like they were lesser beings.
So woke culture came from the black.
Actually, this is new to me. I didn't know it came from that, but basically woke culture is like to realize certain rights of certain groups of people, and that the way we treat certain groups of people based on these is not right. Like LGBTQ, okay, for the longest time they were also like made to feel like they were off or they were weird and it's not normal. So to be woke is to realize that everyone, you just do you lah.
Before, like, people always like point at me and say, "Wake up your idea." I woke. Correct, right? I woke.
On that one, I think you still not woke lah.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you like not?
Okay,
I'm not getting where
let's
you're
see.
like.
Being woke means you wake up really. You have wake up from the norm. You are able to face yourself in the eyes and look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself that you are not good enough and you need to be better.
I didn't really get that.
Okay, handsome man, you look at yourself in the mirror and you say you can be better. Yeah, you can be better. That's what do you mean? You're woke. No, that's how it be.
I think the self-awareness part is like, okay, you're woke when, like, for example, maybe previously, because everyone, let's say we grew up in a time of slavery, right? Everyone said, oh, the blacks are like they are slaves because they are lesser being, right? Then to be woke is to realize, hey, we're all humans, right? There's no reason why I should be the master and you should be the slave just based on skin color. So it's that self-awareness of like, okay, I've been treating people badly, right? Because everyone just because everyone does it doesn't mean it's right. And then you are woke when you realize that it's not right. I'm getting the gist.
One example of culture would be people trying to label themselves as he, she, they, them. As a millennial, I have seen some of my friends become more woke, but I myself have not been pressured to join the woke culture, maybe because I'm rather privileged lah. I believe that if we want to strive for equality, we should have an open discussion about everyone's opinions. However, if someone does not share your same opinion as you, right, and then you are therefore branded as bigoted, right, it makes it feel very uninclusive.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's like something smaller. Okay, for example, like this is some time back when like people suddenly were like very anti shark's fin.
I still am.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying that like everyone has their view on this. So there is I think when you take it too far is when this wokeness or this woke culture becomes, to me, like, I think what he said, counterproductive or maybe almost toxic. Like, I'm saying
But he also said that, like, most people who are woke are less privileged.
yeah, so that one I got, but I also,
Was that a thing?
I think what he means is they are not as accepted in society. Right? For example, LGBTQ. So in that way, you are struggling lah. Compared
But
to,
why do I be the norm?
so that's why I'm bringing up the shark's fin thing, right? Because I feel like that is okay, I think there's one part of this, right? That people may be in a more difficult position, but like the shark's fin thing has nothing to do with privilege, right? It's more like the woke culture means like you should stop eating shark's fin because it's a very cruel harvesting process to get the shark's fin, right? So that is not wrong. I agree with that. But I think that when it's taken too far is when maybe it's served at a wedding dinner and then you condemn the couple for it. To me, I feel like you do you. So woke culture, right, was supposed to be letting people firstly be more equal and to let this you do you happen. But ironically, right, when it comes down to it, like the shark's fin example, it is become, if you don't do me, okay, that sounds so wrong, but if you don't follow what I think is correct, then you're so unwoke.
But then doesn't that make you very unwoke? When you have all these thoughts in your head that you should do this because you shouldn't do this because you shouldn't do this and because you should follow
Hence,
my way.
yeah.
Then what makes you more woke than me? If I really don't
Precisely.
think
So
that-
this is the toxic side of woke culture, I feel.
Okay, so the gender identification thing where he, she,
Yes.
whatever, and that is also part of the woke culture
So
where
that's
you
part
don't
of the,
want to.
and we did do an episode on that. If you guys missed it, we'll put it down. That's part of it. So for example, I don't identify as a girl. I want to be
Yeah,
known-
oh yeah, it was me. I was a squirrel.
Yeah. So I want to be identified as a squirrel, right? So to be woke is to accept that I want to be identified as a squirrel.
Me, you're a plant.
Okay, that I identify as a plant. Do you know what I mean? So to be unwoke is to like, yeah, she's a girl, but how can she be a plant?
So based on that, if I want to be woke, I just have to accept you as a
is.
plant.
Yeah, if I say that I'm a plant, means I'm a plant.
How is this even humanly possible?
I don't know. It's not
So
like.
I cannot be.
Okay, even if you judge internally, then don't externalize it.
Oh, fish, man. Like that I
And
cannot
you
be
gotta
woke.
call me plant.
Means being made aware of something. A person becomes woke, I guess, through self-realization or when your close friends make known to you that.
That is the most succinct and spot on definition of woke, I think.
What?
To become aware of something. Like, that's why you wake up, like, you wake up your idea, like, basically, like, you didn't know that everyone's equal. You didn't know that, like, actually humans are all equal. We're not meant to be. Someone's not meant to be a slave, someone's not meant to be, you didn't know that some people are just born with a different sexuality. You didn't know, right? So I think to become more aware of something, that's woke. What are you struggling with, Jacq?
I'm struggling. So you are trying to tell me that we have to accept everybody as at face value because
Yeah, to become
mean,
aware that
aware
maybe
that-
even though you don't understand why I identify as a plant, you are made aware now that I identify as a plant and you just accept it.
why? And I mean, seriously,
I don't know why I don't identify as a plant, but I'm just saying that if I did, you gotta just accept that I.
in your head you're a plant.
Yes. Yeah.
Like so you're that.
Okay, yeah.
No, seriously. I being more woke than you should let you know that Jade, you are not a plant, right? So I wake you up from your idea and I say,
it
Jade,
doesn't
you
work
are
like
not
that.
really a plant.
But you must let me be me. You do you, remember? So I want to be a plant, you should let me be me. That's part of the woke culture.
And you let me be me, and I tell you, Jade, you're not a plant. Don't be a plant. Don't be a head of lettuce. A proper head. I mean, I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot.
Okay.
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 Okay, let's hear.
Okay, you really have a problem with this wokeness. Huh?
Okay, let's hear. Okay, this guy.
I think what I would advise somebody in this day and age about, the woke culture is just be like, look, like your social media presence is pretty much forever. A tweet that you made 10 years ago can be brought up against you at any time. And there's always going to be someone that has a problem with what you say and how you say it. So live your life the way you choose and try not to be a dick about it.
That also sums it up real good, huh? Right?
Which is handsome man, you make sense.
Just because you're handsome.
Handsome?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like, it's also about not saying the wrong things. Like, I want to be known as an it, not as a she, right? So that's part of the woke culture, lah.
Okay, so now this Jade, teach me how to be woke.
Teach you how to be woke.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
wanna
even
be
claim
woke.
to be woke myself.
Wake me up. Make me a Wookiee.
Sounds Star Wars-ish somehow. Yeah.
No, seriously. Wait, yeah, I want.
What do you want to be woken up from? Do you believe people should be slaves?
No, I don't think people should be slave. Although I'm quite like, unless like S&M and then.
Okay, that's not what we meant.
Okay, wait. No, but then I'm Gen X, right? So I always say the wrong thing, right?
Yeah.
So I need to know.
Oh, I know what unwoke thing you said. I know what unwoke thing you said. Like when you say, how can women, right? Like, you complain people stare about you, then you dress like that, of course they stare lah. It's unwoke. Because if a woman wants to dress like, with everything hanging out, that's also her prerogative. Then you can't blame it on her that like people stare until like that.
Yeah, then they stare. Then she should accept that she's being stared at, right? You with your tits woke up the guy, man. Whoa! I mean, dude, that would wake the person up, wouldn't it?
Yes, but it...
Dude.
Or like... No, it's still... Yeah, but I think that's some of the less woke things that you say lah. You know?
What else can I?
I'm trying to think of anything else.
So you're just asking me to be less judgy lah.
It's not so simplistic, Jacq.
Make it simple.
Make it simple.
Yes.
Everyone should just be allowed to be themselves.
Let me be unwoke because you are woke. Let me be unwoke.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
With be themselves but have a certain appreciation for the fact that we all have rights as human beings, regardless of race,
Yeah, but you're a freaking vegetable.
color,
You're not even a human
dressing,
being
how I see myself.
as a non-human.
Yeah, so I should be allowed to see myself as non-human if
But you got no rights as a non-human.
To be woke is to understand that I may have the right to see myself as a non-human.
Oh, so it's seeing yourself and not because you really are. You see, that's the whole thing. You're not very woke. In fact, you're so damn unwoke.
Okay.
You're like sleepy. You think you're a vegetable.
I don't actually think I'm a vegetable. It was an example. Oh my god, we need to end this episode. Tell us what you think it means to be woke. Thank you everyone who's contributed to that and for educating Jacq. Hopefully some other people will be a bit less unwoke
I'm very woke.
as we try to wake up this Gen Xer.
Woke.
I gotta think of some of the, you have said very unwoke things. I just can't think
I'm
of them now.
woke.
No, Jacq, you're really not woke.
Whoa.
Okay, we need to end this episode now.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay.